Welcome back to Rogue Trip Vacation 2012. I didn't have anything planned for the intro, so I'm killing time until we get to the character select.
Just stretching it out.
It's been a lot of videos, okay?
Gonna start with welcome back, my friends, to the LP that never ends.
This isn't even close to the longest LP I've done.
If this one got a huge flamethrower, then I'm gonna call shenanigans on that one.
Hey, we're Elvis. Why not?
You don't say.
It was only a matter of time, to be perfectly blunt.
It's true. This is a 90s video game. They gotta have an Elvis joke for some reason.
Fat Elvis joke.
Yep.
The only non-fat Elvis joke that was ever halfway successful was Johnny Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
I do not remember that. I haven't seen Johnny Bravo in like 20 years.
The main character is basically Elvis Presley, but, not. It's the only way to put it.
Yeah, I had to pause for a second to think of what you were talking about, then I realized you were talking about Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
The man.
AKA one of the best Cartoon Network cartoons of the 90s.
Yeah, I seem to remember it was unusually progressive for being like a cartoon, and considering what, they had some things that, it's about a really creepy guy, but yeah, I have vague memories. As I mentioned, at least 20 years, probably more. Yeah, I'm 34. Yeah, it's more than 20 years.
It did wonders for himbos everywhere.
That and Cow and Chicken, which had some really weird gender jokes back in the day.
Yeah, I don't think those were the best intention, though.
Well, you can kind of give them a pass these days, because if they did that, they'd be like, holy shit, that was really daring.
Yeah, I remember I had issues with cat dog because of the obvious thing. The first thing everyone thinks of when they see the cat dog.
How did
Who
they
shits?
Yep, that's definitely the first thing everyone thinks of.
I imagine it's like that episode of South Park where everyone starts pooping out their mouths.
Or like that teleporter joke from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. You can be Lisa's.
Oh, there's a silly optical illusion here where you're supposed to look at this mountain range from behind the wall of trees. It looks like Mount Rushmore is part of the mountain range, but it's actually a billboard for Mount Rushmore coming soon. With Big Daddy's ugly face on it.
So, this is a park, all right?
Yeah, a national park is kind of an unusual setting for a car combat game.
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's a good tourist trap. Yellowstone is a major tourist location in the U.S.
Yeah, I know it. So yeah, that's how you know it's a big one, because
They crammed the Grand Canyon in here too, and all sorts of other crap. Because why not?
Like that, talking about the Simpsons Futurama joke.
Yeah.
Where some supervillain took all the greatest world attractions and put them in one place.
They elected a supervillain president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Harsh but fair.
Yep. We beat their estimate by about 800 years.
No, he wasn't a supervillain, he was just shit. He was just a villain.
Yep. There's cardboard cutouts of bison, because bison are basically extinct in the American heartland.
Yeah, it's Potemkin bison.
Battleship Potemkin?
Oh, okay. Do you know of the phrase Potemkin village?
Oh, yes!
Yeah,
yes.
That's a Potemkin bison.
Right, yeah. Now I get you.
I'm not going to explain it for audience. Look it up.
Well, I was gonna, but, since you were so authoritative, I have no choice but to listen to you.
Yep. this is take-home part of the LP. Finish that part yourself.
Do your homework and get your own punchline, assholes.
And this is the level with the instant death pits, so I've nearly fallen to my death several times.
It wouldn't be a car combat game without one.
Yeah, basically. It's a tradition since Twisted
Is
Metal
this
1.
the New York skyline they have in every Twisted Metal game?
Yeah, basically. The rooftops level from TM1.
But I mean, I haven't actually been paying too much attention to the game because, you know...
It doesn't deserve it.
No, exactly. What's special in this one?
Well, there's that geyser that will lift you up off the ground like the fountains in Twisted Metal 2 did in the Paris level.
But I mean the car.
Oh, the car special? No wonder
Yeah.
you haven't noticed it. It is a trio of like 3 red dots. I don't know what it has to do with Elvis. I don't know what it is thematically in any way, but it's relatively powerful.
Yeah, I haven't been able to notice them. Like, I've probably been mistaking it for the Stinger missiles.
Or graphical glitch.
No, well, yeah.
I'm going to use it later on to shoot down some hot air balloons, because it's very useful for that, and I'll point it out when that happens. Because, yeah, there's no way to really notice it.
Can you destroy the bridge there?
Yes, we can. The thing is, it requires an upgraded remote bomb. So you have to find a remote bomb, you have to pay for an upgrade, and you have to blow up the bridge, which is difficult and reduces the drivability of the level. If you blow up all 3 bridges, you literally cannot navigate the level anymore.
But at least you can.
Yeah, I imagine it would be useful if everyone was on the bridge at the one time, but how often is that going to happen?
Also, the AI gets all fucked up when you blow up the bridges and kills itself constantly.
Oh, so that's a reason. I see no problem with this plan.
Yeah. So we're gonna kill them with damage.
I mean, it's like in Warcraft 2 when you built walls. No, not the Warcraft. Red Dead 1 when you built walls to mess with the pathfinding AI.
Yep, basically. Except the AI has no self-preservation whatsoever.
So it's like Red Dead 1 when you build one.
And after like 5 minutes, the hot air balloons finally show up. That's our last destructible to take care of. Besides the bridges.
Yeah.
I'll blow up the bridges later.
Do you think this was the point where they just stopped caring, or was that stage 3?
That was Eternal Acres, of course. My personal theory is that they made the Eternal Acres levels so bad to make these levels seem better afterwards. There's our special. 3 dots.
So that's a bar so low you could limbo under it.
Can't reach the hot air balloon from here.
Alright, no, that's special.
So did they just give you extra money, or...?
All the destructibles do. Blow up anything, you get like $100.
Wow, really not worth it then.
Not at all. Since I've never really used the upgrade system, just gonna play with it a little bit. It basically just doubles the damage of the weapon you're holding for most weapons.
I mean, the idea is good with upgrade system, but it's extremely poorly executed.
Oh yeah, horribly executed. It's garbage.
Yeah. It's... I have actually... I mean, every time you mention it, I've been trying to think, okay, how can it actually be worth it? And I've yet to find a single... Except, okay, for this map, to fuck with the AI. It's only time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, blow up the bridges. Yep.
Yeah. But otherwise, no, I have never been able to find out why you would do that.
Because I was hoping it would be like a prototype of the Twisted Metal head-on upgrade system, where the upgrade is permanent, and your car is just better.
You would die there, right? If...
Yes, if I'd gone off the cliff, that would have been the end.
Another 2 seconds and it would have been all over.
Yep, that's what I was actually trying to do. To finish off the video. In grand fashion.
Hang on a minute. I got something to give you before you leave the building. On behalf of the American Association of Auto Mercenaries, I'd like to present you with this cheeky little trophy. It may not seem like much, but if you look close, you'll see the real reward.
Have you used Nightshade yet? Or are you going to use it now?
Well... We're gonna wrap up the video by, showing off the UFO. Because, the UFO, we're never gonna fight it. We might as well fly it.
So, if you played the map where you destroy the planet with a UFO... Oh wait, was that Wizard Meta 3? I can't remember.
Nothing interesting happens.
And of course, because this is the 90s, it has to be a grey.
Yep. Which we already had a tourist who was a grey alien.
And you can't really just blame it on the 90s. I mean, they have been kind of a staple, and XCOM continued with it afterwards too. So.
Yeah, but like, you know, shit like the X-Files and that had greys as basically their mascots at one point.
Yeah, I was gonna say the X-Files made them big again after the 50s when they were first popularized.
XCOM 1 was before X-Files, and yes, I know it wasn't as popular.
Oh no, I'm just saying that, you know, in the late 90s, greys would have been in the public consciousness.
Yeah, and they didn't continue it with Stargate.
Yeah, but no one remembers Stargate.
It wasn't the Asgardians like Greys.
I just went to this level to show that you could shoot down the plane, because I didn't have a good way to do it without a flying vehicle in the last video. But now we're back to Yellowstone to blow up the bridges. I gotta show that off.
So
Don't remember that bit in Independence Day.
You don't? They blew up basically everything in Independence Day.
the UFO looks more like a land. I'm trying to figure out which game these landmines are in, but yeah, a blinking dot landmine.
Perfect Dark?
No, they're not blinking dots on the mines there.
Because Perfect Dark also had greys in it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was on. Okay, yeah. I was more thinking like the flying nipple.
Okay, now I definitely want to know what game you were thinking of.
Yes, fever dreams. Can you capture those bison?
Capture? They're...
Yeah, for a Potemkin probe.
Fair enough. No, they did not add special interactivity if you bring the UFO to different levels, unfortunately.
Not impressed.
See, that would have been a really good way to increase, you know, like, player interactivity. It's just like, oh, by the way, on this stage with this car, you can do it this sort of thing, but only with this car.
I mean, they sort of did when I shot down the biplane with the UFO, because you can basically only do that if you have a flying vehicle. But that's a technicality. Doesn't count.
Yeah, not quite the same thing, sadly.
Yeah. See, my big touchstone is there was a playable UFO in Vigilante 8, which was...
That's right, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first car combat game I ever played. I rented it because it had an N64 port. And that
didn't
blew
you
my mind.
have to finish the game with the campervan UFOologist?
I believe the correct way to unlock it was to go on GameFAQs and look up the cheat code, because that's what I did.
That too.
Yeah, I could not play car combat games to save my life, so yeah, I cheated, and I flew around as a UFO, and I could not believe the technical ability that the N64 had at the time. Truly indescribable.
Just picturing you looking at that going, yep, the only way from this is down.
I'm actually gonna break a promise here. Because when I mentioned off record, I'm pretty sure that I was gonna watch Veronica Mars with my wife. You mentioned that I would bring it up constantly, like I do with everything else I watch, which is a legit claim. But I haven't. But I'm gonna mention it once because it's relevant to your LPs. Because
citation needed, I'm gonna say. Before
I was watching. I think it was the 3rd season, and Veronica goes home to some kid playing a video game, being a real asshole about it, and he's playing Twisted Metal 2 Paris level, and I took like less than half a second to recognize it, and it was kind of depressing.
So really, my LPs are relevant to Veronica Mars, not the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, mentioning here what it was relevant. Oh yeah, and he was using Sweet Tooth.
Of course.
Of course.
I think that was like a legal demand or something.
Basically, yeah.
Like Paris Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal 2, it's quintessential.
Yeah, it's about the most iconic way you could do that, really.
Yeah, he was burning up the Mona Lisa.
And of course, Sweet Tooth is not unlocked by default, so he had to enter a cheat code in order to play Sweet Tooth.
Yeah.
Cheating little bastard.
And that is a design decision that never will make sense to me.
I mean, it's supposed to be because Sweet Tooth is dead, and the whole game is about his father getting revenge. That's a big climactic finale. Sweet Tooth was supposed to have died.
Yeah, but on the other hand, since when does timelines make sense in Twisted Metal?
Oh, they don't.
We
ever.
played Twisted Metal 12, who tried to have a linear story, and it still made no sense at all.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, a linear story that was a time loop, essentially.
Yep. Yeah, they learned their mistake after Twisted Metal 2.
Did they, though?
No, not at all.
They learned from a mistake, not their mistakes.
Yep.
Considering this is the creator's sequel to Twisted Metal 2, no, they did not learn anything.
Truly. They learned how to make new and exciting mistakes.
That alien cut his shoot way early. Okay, so what's the special on this one?
Oh, it's just a little, like, green beam, but it has very, very good homing. And it does decent damage.
Yeah, it looked like a kind of little tractor beam thingy.
Yeah.
So you could have beamed the Bison.
I mean, I wish, but it doesn't actually drag the enemies towards you, as it damn well should.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't used magnet stuff in this game before.
Yep, would have been interesting.
Yeah, so they should have the physics.
There are not very many interesting specials in this game. It's just different versions of missiles, just like Twisted Metal 1 had. Lazy.
Yeah. Twisted Metal 1 got an excuse.
Yeah, it was the first one. They didn't know better. So, the next video of this LP will be a Twisted Metal 3 finale. It won't be part of this LP at all.
The next episode of this LP will be a completely different LP!
Yeah, basically.
And everyone rejoiced.
But eventually we will return to Rogue Trip and finish off the last 2 levels. We're coming up on the end of this thing.
Oh, thank God. I mean, yay!
Wait, which one is better?